Ladies and gentlemen, your mind is the most powerful force you have. It's the difference between success and failure, joy and misery, action and paralysis. Yet most people let their minds run them instead of them running their minds. Today, that changes. Focus is the ultimate force that shapes our reality. It is the invisible hand that guides our emotions, decisions, and actions, often without us even realizing it. Most people drift through life unaware of what they are truly focusing on. They react to situations instead of directing their attention with intention. But the truth is, where focus goes, energy flows. Whatever you consistently focus on, you move toward. If you constantly focus on problems, you will find more problems. If you focus on possibilities, you will start to notice solutions appearing everywhere. The mind is like a magnifying glass. Whatever you direct it toward becomes larger and more powerful in your life. Think about a time when you felt unstoppable. Maybe it was a moment when you accomplished something that once seemed impossible. You were completely locked in, fully immersed, and nothing could shake you. That level of focus created momentum. It wasn't the external circumstances that made it happen. It was your internal state. You decided to lock onto a goal, a belief, or a vision, and because of that, you took the actions necessary to make it a reality. On the other hand, think about a time when you felt stuck, frustrated, or overwhelmed. Chances are, your focus was on everything that could go wrong, on the fears and doubts that played in your mind like a broken record. The situation may not have changed, but what did? Your focus. Most people allow their focus to be hijacked. Social media, negative news, distractions, and other people's expectations constantly pull attention in 100 different directions. This creates scattered energy, and scattered energy produces scattered results. If you ever feel like you're spinning your wheels but not getting anywhere, it's because your focus is being spread too thin. High achievers, on the other hand, are laser focused. They know exactly what they want and direct all their mental and physical resources toward achieving it. They don't waste time dwelling on what they can't control. They put all their focus on what they can control and move forward with intensity. The difference between people who succeed and those who struggle often comes down to what they choose to focus on every single day. Some people wake up and immediately start focusing on problems, stress, and everything that's wrong in their life. Others wake up and focus on gratitude, opportunity, and the steps they can take to create a better future. The first group starts the day drained, already feeling behind. The second group starts the day empowered, ready to attack their goals. The situation might be the same, but their focus determines how they experience it. Focus also dictates emotional state. Two people can go through the same event, but their experience will be completely different depending on what they focus on. Imagine two people stuck in traffic. One person is fuming, focusing on how unfair it is, how late they'll be, and how everything always seems to go wrong. Their body is tense, their mind is clouded with frustration, and they carry that energy into the rest of their day. The other person, stuck in the same traffic, focuses on something different. Maybe they see it as an opportunity to listen to a podcast, reflect on their goals, or call a loved one. They remain calm, centered, and in control. The event didn't change, only the focus did. But that shift in focus changed everything about how they felt and responded. Training the mind to focus on what truly matters is one of the most powerful skills a person can develop. It's not something that happens overnight, but with consistent effort, it becomes second nature. The first step is awareness, becoming conscious of where your attention is going. Most people don't even realize that they are focusing on things that disempower them. Once you recognize that, you can take control. You can actively decide to shift your focus. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. It's about training your mind to look for opportunities instead of obstacles. Another key to mastering focus is eliminating distractions. If you constantly surround yourself with noise, negativity, and interruptions, your focus will be pulled in 100 different directions. But when you create an environment that supports your goals, focus becomes easier. This means setting boundaries, reducing unnecessary distractions, and consciously designing your surroundings to keep your mind locked in on what truly matters. One of the greatest tools for sharpening focus is visualization. High performers in every field use it to prime their minds for success. They see their goals in vivid detail, they feel the emotions of achieving them, and they lock their focus onto that vision every single day. The more you train your mind to focus on what you want, the more natural it becomes to move toward it. It's not just about seeing a vision, it's about feeling it so intensely that it becomes real in your mind before it happens in reality. Another way to strengthen focus is through questions. The quality of your focus is determined by the questions you ask yourself daily. If you ask, why does this always happen to me? Your mind will search for reasons why you are stuck. But if you ask, how can I turn this around? Your mind will look for solutions. The brain is wired to answer questions, so if you direct it toward empowering questions, you will naturally focus on possibilities instead of problems. Momentum comes from focus. If you lock in on a target and take action every day, you will build unstoppable momentum. Most people never achieve their biggest goals because they get distracted, they lose focus, or they allow fear to shift their attention away from what they truly want. But those who commit, those who stay locked in, those who refuse to let distractions pull them off course, those are the ones who make things happen. Mindset is the foundation of everything in life. It determines how you see the world, how you interpret events, and ultimately how you respond to challenges and opportunities. Some people go through life with a fixed mindset, believing that their abilities, intelligence, and potential are set in stone. Others develop a growth mindset, understanding that they have the power to learn, adapt, and expand their capabilities beyond what they once thought possible. The difference between these two mindsets is what separates those who thrive from those who stay stuck. Every action, every decision, every success or failure begins in the mind. The way you think shapes your reality. If you believe something is impossible, you won't take the necessary steps to achieve it. But if you believe that with enough effort and learning anything is possible, you will keep pushing forward, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who have trained their minds to see possibilities instead of limitations. They don't see failure as the end, but as feedback, a lesson that brings them closer to success. Most people are held back not by external circumstances, but by their own limiting beliefs. These are the deep-seated thoughts and assumptions that whisper, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, or that's just not who I am. These beliefs are often formed in childhood, shaped by experiences, and reinforced over time. But just because a belief feels real doesn't mean it is true. The mind is incredibly powerful, but it can also be conditioned to accept limitations that don't actually exist. The key to changing your life starts with changing your mindset. And that begins with challenging the beliefs that are keeping you small. One of the most powerful things you can do is become aware of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself every day. Do you lift yourself up, or do you constantly criticize yourself? Do you focus on what you can do, or do you dwell on what you can't? The words you tell yourself shape your identity, and your identity drives your actions. If you consistently tell yourself that you're not disciplined, you will act in ways that reinforce that belief. But if you start telling yourself that you are committed, focused, and unstoppable, your behavior will begin to align with that new identity. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't plant the right seeds, weeds will grow automatically. Negative thoughts, doubts, and fears will take over unless you consciously choose to feed your mind with empowering beliefs. This is why the people you surround yourself with, the books you read, and the content you consume matter. Everything you expose yourself to influences your mindset. If you are constantly around people who complain, blame, and make excuses, that energy will seep into your thinking. But if you immerse yourself in environments that push you to grow, challenge you to think bigger, and inspire you to take action, your mindset will expand. Another important factor in developing a strong mindset is learning how to reframe challenges. Most people see obstacles as roadblocks, but the most successful people see them as opportunities. They understand that struggle is part of the process and that every setback contains a lesson. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, they ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of seeing failure as proof that they aren't good enough, they see it as a stepping stone to mastery. This shift in perspective changes everything. It turns adversity into fuel, pain into power, and setbacks into comebacks. Your mindset also determines how you handle uncertainty. Many people fear the unknown, so they stay stuck in their comfort zones, avoiding risks and playing life small. But growth only happens when you step into the unknown, when you embrace discomfort, and when you take action despite fear. The people who achieve massive success are not fearless, they just refuse to let fear dictate their decisions. They understand that fear is just a signal, not a stop sign. Instead of running from it, they lean into it, knowing that everything they want lies on the other side of their comfort zone. The mind is like a muscle. It can be trained, strengthened, and rewired. With consistent effort, anyone can shift from a mindset of limitation to a mindset of limitless possibility. It starts with awareness, it grows through intentional practice, and it solidifies through action. When you take control of your mindset, you take control of your future.